Hi everyone, it's Mr. K again. Just wanted to check back in with the seeds that we planted. It's been about a week now with our beans, our salad mix, and our flowers, the original seeds that we did. I just want to take them out and see what has happened in the past week. Just a reminder, we started them off just on a damp paper towel. So here are our sunflowers. You can kind of already see there's something going on in there. And then boom! We have little plants all over the place right in there. So at this point, we shouldn't really put them back in the bag because it's going to kind of stunt their growth, and you can even see this one here has some green on it, so it's going to want to go through photosynthesis. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my kitchen table and put some saran wrap on it so it keeps the wood nice and dry. But just I'll still put this paper towel right on the table so it can get some actual light and the plants can really start to grow. And we can take the same look at the other things that we planted. So let's take a look at our salad mix. Make sure you pull these out delicately because some of these things are sprouting and you don't want to hurt the plants now that they're kind of growing and they're little baby plants. So here is a bunch of lettuce. Another salad type of greens. And this paper towel is still damp, so I know I did a good job keeping it damp. And now let's take a look at our green beans. And there we go. Now, let's take a look at these things under the microscope before I start to put them in their new home. Alright, so this first thing we're looking at here is a sunflower seed that has not yet sprouted. You can kind of see the outer shell there is kind of wearing down a little bit. And come over here to a sunflower seed that has barely sprouted. And you can see kind of the stalk of the plant is that purple part. And then the original seed, and so this black stuff here. All that white stuff on there, that's a little bit of mold. That is normal, that's okay. Then come out here and look at, it'll be harder to get this little guy. Come on, don't be shy. There we go. So we've got a fully sprouted sunflower with some leaves coming out. And here we have a lettuce seed that has actually just sprouted, that white bit there in the middle. That is actually the very beginnings of a root coming out of this little lettuce seed. We can come over to this one here, and you see root sticking out there. And if we go a little higher up on the seed, boom, we got some more growth going on. So we've got two places of germination from this one seed, which is actually really cool. Then we come over here, and we've obviously got a lot of lettuce plants that have fully sprouted. It's kind of to focus on them because we're in three-dimensional space now with the microscope. You can see leaves forming, which means they're going to be going through photosynthesis. But the stems are still white, so they're still going through a lot of cell respiration, and that's how they're able to feed kind of just off of the paper towel that we put on it. And now we've got our beans, which don't seem to have produced as much in the upward direction as the other plants, but let's take a look at what's going on deep down on them. So this here is a bean seed that hasn't yet sprouted. Uh-oh. Too bright. There we go. So this one just may never germinate, and that's okay, because we assume most, or in some cases, some seeds don't germinate. Come over here, and we've got a bean seed that has germinated. I'm going to try to get a good angle on this. Alright. And here you can see kind of the brown parts of the seed that we had, but very clear, oops, wrong way. Very clear roots developing. And so those right now are probably going to want to sink into the paper towel. And you'll see I decided to cover the rest of the beans up still because they weren't producing leaves yet. So I want to keep that moisture sealed in there as well as possible. But the lettuce is over here. Can I do this right there? That's going to be our lettuce. And our sunflowers are right here. And they're all going to start reaching for that window to get some nice sun so they can start going through photosynthesis and really start to grow. It's also going to be a bit more important to keep all the paper towels still kind of damp. The best way to do that, if you don't have like a little spray bottle that can do the mist mode, is just to get a little container of water, get your hand wet, and just kind of drip it on there a little bit. Doesn't need to be precise, just needs to kind of get things damp. And that's why I'm going to put the cellophane on there so the water stays off the table, but your plants stay nice and watered.